Hi, I'm Brian Masters with Kent Design Build. I'm the Vice President of Healthcare, and today we want to show you a project we're working on. It's an existing cancer center facility that we're expanding to add a PET-CT system for future patient treatment. Where we're currently standing used to be office space within the first floor of this building. We're now creating patient exam space and also a hot lab for this PET-CT suite expansion. So the walls around us will eventually be lead-lined sheetrock to contain all of the radioactive isotopes from the PET-CT injections. The hot lab will be located at the back of this little corridor that we're standing in. This project seems fairly simple, and as we get into a few more details later on, you'll see there's a lot involved for such a small square footage and for such a small project to bring the patient care experience to completion. So we have negative air units throughout the space that will help keep the negative pressure required. That negative pressure helps us reduce contamination and dust into the adjacent immunocompromised patient spaces. Behind us, we also have doors taped. All the firewalls are maintained and sealed, and interim life safety measures are in place to mitigate risk for the facility and for the staff. And so behind me is the active chemo infusion pharmacy. These pharmacies, by law, have to maintain a very set temperature, humidity, and pressure. So we're very careful not to interfere with the operations of that pharmacy. So a lot of the construction success for us is dependent on the patient experience and risk mitigation for the hospital. So next we're going to walk outside the building into what used to be an executive conference room on the first floor. So where I'm standing now will become the new exterior wall of this building, and by enlarging this space and removing the exterior wall, we're able to accommodate a much larger PET-CT system. In this project, we have a lot of elements that are familiar to commercial construction. We have concrete, grade beams, we're going to have structural steel. One unique piece of this project was the phasing around, removing this exterior wall and the risk mitigations we had to put into place. One, to prevent any structural issues, but also to prevent any downtime of adjacent space. So now we'll walk into what used to be the conference room that will soon be the PET-CT exam room. Where I'm standing specifically will be a reinforced foundation for the gantry and table of the PET-CT system. This system, again, is very technical in terms of the integration of components. All of the walls in here will also be lead lined. We'll have a full-size UPS installed in this room and all of the accessory panels and gear that come with that. Directly above me, there's an air handler that we had to be very, very sensitive with. This air handler serves not only the pharmacy space, but ultimately in turn the infusion suite that the pharmacy serves. So we've been very, very careful to try to mitigate risk around that unit. Many of us have experienced the trauma that associates with cancer, and so we're very excited to be a part of a project that not only enables staff to diagnose and treat that cancer, but also expands this facility's ability to treat their patients.